The Tower of Trials is finally reset, meaning that we can replay each floor again and reclaim all of the cracked out rewards it has to offer. Now, if you are a newer player, this is different from the normal seasonal towers that have 25 floors. Those you can usually just take one really strong team and plow right through all of them. This tower, they generally add a new couple floors, maybe once every 2 months or something like that. And every floor has a hidden passive, which makes the floor very difficult unless you know how to play it. So we're going to go ahead and jump into all 12 floors, starting with number 1. So the first floor is going to have 2 main hidden passives that we need to know about. The first one is that we need to use an AoE attack at least once every turn. And the second one is that single target attacks are going to deal reduced damage. So the team that we are using is King, Bon, and Sariel, all which have AoE attacks. I know when I first recorded this video, when the floor first came out, I used a Pierce team. If you don't have any of these units, most people have Pierce. And if you don't even have Pierce, then just throw together some units that have a bunch of AoE attacks. And all we're going to do is spam these attacks until the floor is done. Alright, and that is all of floor 1. On to floor 2. So floor 2 is a little tricky. It does have a kind of difficult passive to play around, I guess. It is a reflect, but it reflects for 10 times damage, so 1000%, I guess. We can't use any single attacks. We are going to have to rush ults, the only way to really clear this floor. So we do have Suicide Fraudrin. Unfortunately, my Fraudrin looks like he's not going to die. Level 32, 6-star Awaken. So, since I do have a third LV card, I don't want those to merge. So, just in case, since Fraudrin is going to die here, I'm going to put this all the way to the right, and then kind of just do nothing this turn. We get the ult of the unit in the middle, so we're going to get LV's ult now. We have Mela in the back, so that when LV does ult, it doesn't die. And then, if in the event that T1 could not finish the job, then we would have 3 turns for LV to infinitely take damage and attack, since they don't have buff removal. So hopefully this is going to proc the revive passes of the ads. They are going to revive to full health. I'll have Mela buff, so I can just chuck Meli's attacks off. Bon went to about 3/4 health, but we did get both revives off. And he is 1 hit. So T1 ult, and then probably both T1 slashes should finish the job. And they're only attacking Meli. So that's fine. Like I said, I'm not sure if I mentioned this, we do want high ults, so T1 and LV here are both 6/6, so if you have some other really high ult festival or any kind of AoE, it's gonna make this floor a lot easier for you. So the ult here will kill, and that's gonna kill Bon. Alright, and then the slash will kill there. So floor 2 done. Floor 3, let's go. Floor 3 isn't anything too crazy. What we need to do is clear with either a team of SR or our heroes. That's pretty much it. They deal, I think it's like a 500% increase in damage. The units I picked, I have UR gear for, so clearing with them is probably the easiest for me. A lot of people are obviously going to have melee attack gear. I have Jericho gear, and then just a HP for Gilthunder. So Gilthunder's just going to buff, and then I'm going to counter with melee, and then just kind of spam Jericho attacks. Alright, floor 3 down, floor 4 is next. Floor 4's secret tech. The leftmost unit needs to die, otherwise they are going to infinitely revive or stay at 1 HP. I'm not sure which one it was, but the point is that they won't die. So, we have a 4-man party as one of the other passives. Left unit dies, which I have Suicide Fraudulent, could be Suicide Liz. And we pretty much just cleared the floor as normal now. The other secret effect is obviously that we don't have ults, so we are going to have to use regular cards. So King and T1 are pretty much just going to shred what remains of this floor. In literally 2 hits. King is so good on this floor. Alright, 4-5, here we go. So this floor is just going to be all about dealing as much damage as possible. There are a couple hidden passives that we can talk about. They aren't anything too crazy. First of all, we can't use ults, obviously. We're sealed. The blue minion reduces the attack power of rank 1 attacks, and he also increases his own crit chance and crit damage every time he is attacked. Then the red minion reduces the attacks of silver cards, I believe it. And when he has max ult, everybody has a greatly increased defense. And then Escanor reduces the attacks of gold cards. So we just have King and T1 out here just to deal a lot of damage, and then Kyo to ignite everybody to further increase the output. But it's not going to have any special teams needed. We are just going to hit hard, hit fast, and dip. Alright, Escanor is dead to Escanor, 4-6 time. Alright, this floor is all about having a 1-unit team, and there is no unit better than being by himself than AM. If you don't have AM, it really can just be any unit, because when there is just 1 unit, I think we have a, what is it, like 1,000% increase in basic stats? AM's just even better because he has further buffs on basic stats. Oh, all stats actually. So he's going to hit all 5 of his passive and then probably 1 shot, I would imagine. Let's take a look at these stats real quick. Yeah. So we'll throw out this bronze AoE and see if it 1-shots. Oh, I guess they're tanky to accommodate for the stat increase. That's fine. Probably just gonna spam AoEs. Oh yeah, and I guess the other passive is no ults. They don't like us ult rushing this tower, I guess. Should I kill the one ulting? No, he'll probably die to an AoE anyways. He does. Alright, 1 more AoE and that'll seal the deal. Oh, Jericho has a revive. Look at that. And now I have a gold amplify, so this 1-shot, 100%. Not her, but me. That'd be nice if it could, so I can move on. Alright, 4 million. Floor 7 time. So this floor is also going to be relatively easy. I believe there is only 1 passive, and that is that he's going to apply a corrosion effect every time we attack. And I believe the corrosion does quite a lot, like 50% damage, I want to say. So we just need to kill this floor fast, just like the other floor. Be quick, be swift. King can probably clear the rest of the tower, I want to say. And no revive passive on the minions. Where's my corrosion? The end of each turn? I wonder if King's Shield negates the corrosion. Is that what's going on? That's interesting. That doesn't make any sense. Well, I guess it doesn't matter because the floor is over, so... Oh, he's got a revive. He tricked me. His minions don't have the revive. He has it. Alright, one more turn. You know, I'll never know if the corrosion actually breaks the shield or not because it just doesn't go off. Oh my god, nice golds. Alright. Floor... I think 8 is next. I'm already losing count. So things are going to get a little more specific on floor 8. There is a damage reduction, so whenever they get attacked, they're going to take, I think, like 100% reduced damage or something like that. We do have green Arthurs that we're going to keep our attack somewhat relevant because they are going to start off with this attack down debuff. The unit on the left is going to take increased damage from humans, and the unit on the right is going to take an increase from demons. So we want really powerful single target attack demons, so the new Dark Melee or Dairy, and then very powerful single target humans, so T1 or Green Escanor. And then there is another passive where they do have a recovery, like that. If you can't one-shot them, then they're going to recover all of their HP. So we're pretty much just going to set them up to either be one-shot by our single target attacks or by our ultimates. So if you are running the new Dark Melee, in combination with T1, make sure that you use T1's attacks first, since that's where Dark Melee is going to get all of his buffs from, the single target attacks used. So we don't have any T1 attacks. We can't even get T1's ult. So I guess we'll just go for Melee's ult. It's not going to do much to really either of them. So we'll just we'll throw some stuff out there and see what happens. He might... Nope, he does recover. Okay. I figured if it was a very baby attack, he might not recover the HP, but he does. Oh, he's gonna stun. That's unfortunate. We can at least get T1 ult now. I don't think he'll die to this. Oh, he does die to that. Okay, cool. We have enough T1 buffs for a bronze punch to kill. So we have both of our ults. Ruin should just die to this. We want to do T1s first. It's a single target. Get our buffs on Dark Melee. So there's a revive. Oh, okay. So T1 will just wipe him. Great. On to the next one. Floor 9 is going to be Suicide with a little twist. The secret passive for this floor is that only the third attack of the same unit will actually connect. So the idea here is to just chuck off both cards of any one unit. Hopefully the unit that has an AoE ult, so we're doing King in this case, and then their ult will one-shot. I think a 1/6 ult probably one-shots. The team is super weak. They are much weaker than normal, like 150 HP and not even 5k defense. So my ult's gonna one-shot at 2/6, so we will do his first 2 attacks like I mentioned, and then make sure that the third one is the kill. Patience immunity on everything there. Same here. And done. That was fun. That was easy. Floor 10. Alright, coming to floor 10, the hidden passive here is that they will deal greatly reduced damage based on a duo of debuffs. Whether it is poison, bleed, or shock, you just need 2 of those 3. So we have the classic debuff team here. We're going to make sure that they are at least poisoned and shocked. And then we can go ahead, if you get a merge, you can get King Ult. If you don't get a merge, you'll just get his ult 1 turn later. But since we got the merge, we have Green Merlin, and we have ult food, we'll be getting his ult next turn. And if you try doing this floor without the debuffs, you'll see how much less damage I'll take here. Even the AoE attacks are actually getting patienced. I bet if I had even higher defense on King, you probably would patience the single target attacks. But they're also much squishier, as you can tell by the debuff damage. You probably don't really even need a 6/6 Fez King ult, but that's what we have. So this should one-shot, I want to say. Oh, it doesn't one-shot. Okay, the Abyss maybe kills. I'm not 100%. I don't remember. It's been a while since we had to do this floor. Okay, that wasn't bad. Alright, so the higher the ult level, the better, obviously. But as long as you can keep poison, bleed, or shock in some sort of duo combination, you know this floor will be cake. Now, floor 11 also has several different passives. The biggest one that we want to remember is that they have an increase in attack power by about 50% each turn. So the longer this goes on, the difficulty increases. You can't use recovery skills. Reflection is disabled. They have an increase in recovery rate. And I think they also take reduced damage from ults. So the popular way to do this, probably more effective way, is to spam counters. So Estarossa, a Gother, and probably throwing out a Melascula so that he doesn't die has been probably the more effective way to do this. But I like to just kind of take LV out here and suicide it up. As you can see, with just 2 cards in hand, he is 6/6, since he is a little older. Chucking out his ult with his attacks will wipe the floor, and we don't need to worry about counter RNG. With that done, on to the last one. And last but not least, we have come to the final floor of our tower journey. It is yet again another suicide floor. Fez King Abyss is going to wipe these guys out. We do need a little extra boost from the Margaret buff, which is why she's here. You could probably get away with using another attack or attack related buffer. Probably maybe even Green Arthur. His passive probably will be enough. Not 100% sure. But as suicide is, middle unit's going to get their ult first, which is our Fez King. We are going to buff with Margaret, drop a poison, because why not, and then ults. The poison might be needed. I think you need to crit everybody in order for the Abyss to kill. But their crit rate might, or not crit rate, crit resistance looks like it's a little low. Okay, so Simon didn't get crit. Not sure if Simon dies. Yep, Simon didn't die there. That's fine. If Simon doesn't die, now we have Margaret ult to finish off. Oh yeah, but the passives of this one is that they're supposed to ignite whoever didn't do anything. So Fraudrin technically would have got ignited last turn, since all he did was, if he stayed alive, he would have been ignited. And they deal additional damage to units with 6 ignites. It's like 1,000% increase in damage, but we don't give them a chance to ignite. We suicide the whole floor, they all die. And it's, you know, that easy. But thanks for watching. If you guys liked it, feel free to drop a little thumbie or a sub. That's cool too. See you later.